to our Stitch Sisters channel. I'm Nikki.
And I'm Rachel, and we are the Stitch Sisters.
We're back with the second part of our Culottes-off.
Battle of the Culottes.
It's a lot of culottes.
In the first part, we battled the comfy culottes.
We did.
So if you've not watched it yet, click on the link above and that will take you to it. And we battled the Joanne culottes from Ready to Sew against the Winslow culottes from Helen's Closet.
And the Winslows
were the winner, but only just because we did love them both, didn't we?
Can you hear that little noise? I think that's Helen doing a little happy dance.
I wonder if it looks anything like that. We go for more happy dances. So, in part 2, we are going to be looking at floral culottes that are from the Big Four, both from the Big Four. Yes. And this category are culottes that look a bit like a skirt. So, more like the ones that can pass for a skirt.
Yeah, drapier fabrics,
full of hems.
More hem, more voluminous.
Yes. Exactly. But before we get into that, make sure you've subscribed below and make sure you do give us a thumbs up if you're enjoying the series, and we would love to hear your comments. It just keeps us going and lets us know that we're going in the right direction. And
pop over to the new blog. Yes. So www.thestitchsisters.co.uk and there'll be more culotte stuff on the blog.
Yes, all of the other patterns that would feature in this category we're going to be sharing all of those on the blog, so go check that out.
Yes.
So without further ado, round 2, the contenders for Battle of the Culottes. In the red corner, we have Simplicity 1069.
This one is obviously Simplicity. It comes as there are 2 trousers plus culottes plus 2 skirts plus shorts in this pattern, and I think that's a bargain.
That is a bargain.
That's a bargain. You could have an entire wardrobe, well, at least half a wardrobe, just with that.
You might have to do a few more adjustments on the Big Four patterns, but you certainly get value for money.
You do, absolutely. So this one comes in sizes 4 to 20, but that's the usual. We split it for the smaller sizes and then the bigger sizes, so 4 to 12 and then 12 to 20, depending on which one you buy. I made a size 14. I used 2 meters of fabric, but as you can see, I had enough left over to make myself a little matching top.
Ooh, so it's a faux jumpsuit.
So a faux jumpsuit. So this is you've made a faux skirt. I've got a faux jumpsuit.
Yes.
And it took me about 2 hours ish to make that.
Yes.
So in the blue corner, Rachel made the Butterick B6179.
I did. And to be honest, I chose it simply because we needed another Big Four pattern. I wouldn't have picked it otherwise, but I loved it. So let me tell you the vital statistics for Butterick B6179. So that comes in a size range of 6 to 22, but again, it's split sizes. So you've got one pattern that comes in 6 to 14 and a separate one that is 14 to 22.
Yeah,
I made a size 14 at the waist, but I blended that out to a size 16 on the hip. And I used the pattern recommends 2.5 meters of fabric, but I managed to squeeze it out of 2. I wouldn't recommend it. It definitely was fabric Tetris, but I got there in the end and even managed to have pockets. And I would say that it probably took me about 2.5 hours in total. A little bit longer than Nikki's because this one has a waistband as well as a zip.
And there's lots of panels on yours, isn't there?
There is, yes. And the pattern itself comes with 3 skirt options as well as the culotte, so another one that's really good value for money.
Yeah, excellent.
So, how do you think they fared?
Well, I really like mine. Again, they're very comfortable, but I'm finding that this is the general consensus with culottes. They are very comfortable because they've got a wide leg. There's nothing too fitted around the waist or the hip. But these ones have come up a little bit big. Yes. So I haven't adjusted them yet, but I will do. And all I'm going to do, because they don't have any pockets, it's got a back zip. I'm just going to bring it in a little bit on the side. Probably about 1/2 inch on each side will be enough. Yeah. Just to make them not feel as if they're moving around. I don't want them tight, but I want them to feel like they are, because there's a lot of detail on here. Yes. There's a lot of pleats and everything, and I think it is supposed to be quite fitted, but I think I'm losing that in the fact that it's not quite fitted enough on my body shape.
I think you're right that for those of you that are a little bit nervous about making trousers, and starting out with culottes is a really, really good option because it's generally a wide leg. A wide leg has a deeper rise, which means that you aren't necessarily going going to have the same fit issues that you would get. It's all about getting it to fit at the waist, and then generally the rest of it will hang. So if you're in any way nervous, make sure you choose a roomy pattern and choose a drapey fabric, and it will be really very forgiving.
Yes.
Obviously you can work on refining your trouser fitting skills later on and work towards more fitted trousers, but if you just want to have something to wear on your bottom half that isn't a skirt, then that's the way to do it.
Absolutely. And this one is a really good one. I would say, I mean, if it's come up roomy on me, I think they all probably come up slightly roomy.
Yeah, so possibly. My tip for when you are trying to choose a pattern size from the big 4 patterns is always to go by the finished garment measurements. So sometimes they're written on the back of the pattern envelope, sometimes they're written on the tissue. If they don't have them, then measure the pattern pieces, remembering that you need to deduct pleats, you need to deduct darts, and you need to deduct seam allowance. So add all of those together and then decide how much ease you like. I like 1/2 inch, so my waist measurement plus 1/2 inch of ease, and then I compare that to the finished garment measurements, and that's how I choose my size, just making sure that if I do pick that size, my hips are still going to fit in it, and if necessary, blending between the sizes so that both my hip and my waist is a good fit.
Yes. Perfect, that's a really good tip.
Yes.
Back to my ones, they have 2 pleats in the front, there's an invisible zip, there's no pockets on this one, and they have a little dart in the back as well. So you've got lots of shaping going on, giving you that nice kind of vase-like waistband.
Yes, and nice. It's a facing, isn't it?
It's a facing, yes.
Invisible zip and a facing.
So it was a really simple construction, and I think this is one of those where if you choose the right fabric, so this fabric spoke to me, and I knew I just wanted to make these really simple but wide leg trousers, or the culottes from it, and I think it really shows off the fabric. It's one of those where you can have a big dramatic print and there's not too much fussiness going on, there's nothing taking the eye from the fabric, so I think they're perfect really. So
yes, and I love your faux jumpsuit. I love them together, they look really cool.
That was fabric Tetris trying to get, I think I had to piece at least 2 bits together because I didn't have enough to make it, but I was determined
where there's a will
to make it. So what about yours?
So mine, these are a little bit different, and the reason they appealed to me is because they're princess themed. So each leg is made out of 4 pieces. So you've got your front, your side front, your back, and your side back, and you sew all of those pieces together. And what that does is it allows you to get a really interesting shape. So there's no darts because obviously the panels are shaped to give you the contouring that a dart would give you. And what it means is that it can be quite small at the top and then get quite flared at the bottom, which is great for when you want something that's quite fitted around the hip area, don't have a lot of bulk around there, but then is still quite wide in the hem. So it creates a really nice sort of trumpet shape almost.
Beautiful.
And so they've got lots of movement, but they're not bulky at all, which I really love. I made them out of a viscose that I got from Doughty's, and this is one of their £7 a metre viscoses, so really good bargain. And it was a little bit tricky because 4 princess seams, most of them are slightly on the bias, and then you've got lots of them, and a viscose moves quite a lot. So what I found for a lot of them is that in the process of sewing them together, by the time I got to the hem, there'd be a slight mismatch, but I wasn't worried about that because I knew I could just chew them up at the end and sort that out before I hem them, and I'm perfectly happy with them. They come with a waistband, and then it's a slot zipper, so just what I call the beginner's way of putting in a zip. So you base the opening close, you put the zip face down, you sew all around it, and then you open your basting stitches. So really easy zip insertion. And then it has a standard waistband with an underlap, and then the pattern recommends a hook and bar for a closure. And I haven't done a hook and bar before. I've seen them in lots of ready to wear, but for some reason I've never installed a hook and bar. So I got a job lot from Amazon, and it takes 2 seconds, and all I'm thinking now is about all those bulky waistbands that you really struggle to get a decent buttonhole in, and I think hook and bars is going to be the way forward. So
you've got a job lot.
Yes, exactly. I'll put a link below to ones that I bought.
Excellent.
It was really good value for money. And yeah, I really like them. I love how feminine and flirty and floaty they are. I think they'll go with lots and lots of different things. And they really do genuinely look like a skirt. I would have to stand with my legs very wide open for people to realise that they were.
It's that volume on the bottom. It's at the very bottom of the hem. There's so much volume there. You can't really, and I think because of all the seams as well. So you can't really figure out, your eye can't figure out where your legs are because you all of this detail going on.
Yeah, exactly. There'd be lots of options for playing with colour blocking because of the different panels if you wanted to do that.
Stripes in different directions.
Exactly, stripes in different directions. And then also, I don't know if it's still a thing, but on the high street a couple of months ago, there were lots of like, what I call go faster stripes, so trim running between the seams.
Yes.
So you would have the option to use those kind of embellishments as well because there's lots of seams.
Lovely. And there's 3 skirts in this pattern, isn't there? In the this one.
So it's really just 3 different lengths, and then one of the views is just for you to have plain panels on the main area, and then have the front 2 being a stripe, and then positioning it so it makes a chevron. And the reason why it's a different view is because the pattern pieces will have stripe lines on them to allow you to make sure that you get that nice chevron.
Lovely.
So they didn't appeal to me, to be completely honest. It was just the culottes that appealed to me. But yeah, I really like them.
Excellent. Would you make mine?
Yes, I think I would. I think obviously you'd have to get the fit right, but I think that there is something to be said for a very simple pleated front, darted back, zip back.
Culottes.
I think they'd be really, really quick. If you wanted something that was a little bit more tailored than the ones that we did in the first video, but you wanted something super quick, then that would definitely be a good option.
Definitely. And I'm afraid I love yours on you, but they're too girly for me. All that flump at the bottom. It's too much for me. Too much for me. Too much with being my giant self and then having all that flump going on around me. It would just be too much.
She starts wearing floral top and matching bottom.
But I'm like that. So it's not like all going, ooh. That's just too much for me.
Well, in that case, you know what that means.
I'm the winner!
Yes, it means that simplicity is the winner on this occasion.
Excellent.
So Nikki wins battle number 2.
Yeah, that means it's 1-1.
So make sure you join us for part 3 that is coming in a week's time.
Yes.
And in that one, we're again looking at the next level, so slightly more structured, slightly more tailored culottes. So Nikki is going to be reviewing the ultimate culottes, and I'm going to be reviewing the Megan Nielsen Flint pants.
Woo.
So that's all very exciting.
Yes. So we'll see you next week for that one. Bye, guys.
Bye.